Hey, what's up guys? Mega Knight Bait just got so much better with 3 major improvements. Typically, Mega Knight Bait players use Miner, which tickles towers and doesn't do damage over time. Opponents will ignore it and you only get like 500 damage. But with Goblin Drill, if your opponent ignores that, you're gonna take in an entire tower. So when you spam your opponents with Goblin Drills, Wall Breakers, and Skeleton Barrels, when your opponent's at low amount of elixir, they're not allowed to ignore anything. If they do, they're probably just handing you the game right then and there. The next big improvement is subbing out the Goblin Gang for the guards. Usually, Goblin Gang gets rolled by the Golden Knight ability, Log, and Earthquake. But guards will survive all of that, deal more damage, and just be better in every situation. And the last improvement is arrows over zap. So if you're playing against a lot of Dark Goblins, Firecrackers, and Princesses in the meta, you're going to be able to actually have an immediate answer. Not to mention the random minion hordes that I've been able to finish off, it feels so good. I tried to play the original Mega Knight Bait deck after the Mega Knight buff, and I was failing in almost every game. If I was unlucky enough to play against Electro Giant, they would tornado my Inferno Dragon into their push every single time and take my chances of winning away. But now because of Goblin Drill, you actually have a chance to defend. Pulling your opponent's Electro Giants, Ram Riders, and other win conditions in the last couple seconds can help you pull off incredibly clutch victories. This new meta Mega Knight deck is just a lot easier to use, and it has better matchups all around. It has way higher damage output and a lot more spam too. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. Thanks to Donut Punks for sponsoring today's video. It's a mobile MOBA zombie shooter game with extraordinarily cool graphics, and it's available for free on iOS and Android. Donut Punks gives you a ton of opportunities for customization and to unlock new rewards. In the Donut Pass system, you have a chance of collecting extra donuts and coins, which you can use to upgrade your characters and unlock unique rewards. Donut Punks is always improving their game, and they just added championships, where you can play and compete with others and get some really cool prizes for being the best. A new upgrade system was added to the game recently where you can finally get the ability to pick unique skills for each character. Now, each character has not just one, but several attacks and perks. So you can pick the skills that suit your gaming style. There's 3 different types of game modes, so no matter which you enjoy playing, you're never gonna get bored. I personally love playing with my friends, so I stick with collection the most. And another awesome thing is the fresh skins for practically all their characters. Download today and use my promo code SirTag. The first 69 people that use my promo code and download using the link in the description of the video will get an awesome skin, a grave, and a stand completely for free. All right, so jumping into this one against the king, I'm gonna go for Wall Breakers in the back, and this guy's already gonna go for a Dark Prince. I'm gonna go opposite lane with the Goblin Drill, just make sure that I don't get head over heels right into the card that counters it best. And I'll go for guards up top and maybe be fine. I don't think I'll have to spend any extra elixir. Yeah, the guards isolated themselves. The Dark Prince is taking 3 shots to be able to finish down all of them, and we're in a phenomenal position. We did 3,000 damage to his tower. Are you kidding me right now? I did not expect to do that amount of value from only like 5 elixir, because 1 wall break and Goblin Drill just isn't that much at all to spend. So I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel here. I'm going to wait for the Skeleton Barrel to pop, and then it's going to distract the Sparky, and then we can go in for a Mega Knight afterward. Wow, that worked out wonderfully. Even though he's got Electro Wizard for our Inferno Dragon, it's not going to matter that much. And the best part is, we're still not even close to being done. I'm going to Wall Breakers here, expect him to go in for a Mini P.E.K.K.A. Or if I guess it goes for Dark Prince, he's not able to splash under the Wall Breakers, and they both connected the tower. So his tower is at a measly 57 health points. I can finish off the Dark Prince with these bats, and the bats will be able to clean up the rest of the tower for just 1 hit. So I think after this bat hits the tower, we'll walk away with a dominant W. I can use guards every single time he decides to go in for Elite Barbarians or Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's only going to have one or the other. He's going to have the E-Barbs. And we should be able to shut this down for 3 elixir when he drops 6. So it's a phenomenal sight to see when you know that you can just defend every successive push without your opponent even doing 1 health point to your tower.
A few defense cycles later.
It's always really clutch to be able to use the building and pull the Goblin Giant, so even if they get close at the end, you just make sure that they can't ever break through. He's super frustrated by that. He did 1,800 damage left over on his right-hand side, so even if he ended up taking the tower by some miracle, he was still screwed. So we got a game against someone that's got Expo in their name. Sometimes they love Expo. Sometimes they're actually just kind of stuck with the name like a really bad tattoo. And I think that's the case for our opponent here. He's definitely not running Expo with an Electro Dragon. If he is, I would be shook. It's got to be like a really aggressive balloon freeze stack with the Electro Dragon already coming out of him. So I'm going to go in for the Inferno Dragon to activate King Tower here. And he's going to freeze. Wait, what the heck? I've never seen someone do that before in my entire life. I've played Clash Royale for 6 years, and that is the first time I've seen someone freeze an Inferno Dragon that I activated King Tower with. So then he would get more Electro Dragon damage. That was pretty funny, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was worth it at all. He spent 4 elixir for like 2 extra Electro Dragon chains. He's got a Tornado, but then the Inferno Dragon got a little bit of sizzle damage. Both of the wall breakers connect, and then the skeletons connect too. Man, you should go back to playing Expo with that, man.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Expo has a much better matchup into us, and you're able to have better defenses. But if you're using Lumberjack, Tornado with Bowler, I think we can spread you thin since all of your cards are really clunky and you can't adapt to my quick card cycle. Expo, on the other hand, it scares me a bit more. All right, so I think I can get bats in front of this. So the Inferno Dragon locks onto that instead, and maybe we can get a Tornado out of him and he'll pull like the Inferno Dragon closer. That'd be pretty funny. Nah, that's not gonna happen. I think I go for the Inferno Dragon still, since the Electro Dragon isn't able to chain on, so we can kill his Inferno Dragon. Yeah, look at him. He's going to Tornado when he shouldn't. That's beautiful. So now we're getting absurd value with the guards, cleaning up all of his extra stuff. He's barbarreling too. This guy is vicious. I think I don't know. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to do something crazy, though. Every single second, he's spamming some card at the river that I'm not anticipating. We're going to go for skeletons with our goblin drill, since it will probably force out more elixir. Notice how the goblins are still locking onto the tower despite him having Bowler. It's very obnoxious for him. And remember, he had already dropped his Tornado, so the bats should be able to kill the rest of the Bowler with absolutely no damage for him. I don't think that he gets a hit. Maybe I'm insane. Yeah, nah, no damage zone. All right, we're gonna go Skeleton Barrel on the right hand side. I think both those connect unless he freezes. I was gonna say he kind of has to at that point with the Inferno Dragon coming at him as well. I'm going to go in for guards on the same side, and I don't want to go and play too aggressive right now, but at the same time, like, if I don't, he's just going to be able to freeze me every single time. So I'm going to go for an Inferno Dragon here, and I'm going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel and play on offense, so then the Electro Dragon doesn't reset the Inferno Dragon. I'm going to go Wall Breakers on the right-hand side because I need to make sure that he goes in for a Bowler here. Whenever you play against someone that's got Electro Dragon and the propensity to just, like, you know, all in you, you need to make sure that you're going aggressive as well. So then they can't have that tendency of doing that. Yeah, he's going to Inferno Dragon me, and then I just go in for another Skeleton Barrel here since it's going to pop and explode on his dragons. And the bats are coming down, so it's very obnoxious for him.
This is fine.
We also push everything back. I'm going to arrows here, and then I think he's going to freeze, and we're just going to take the tower on the right-hand side because he all-in, and he wasn't supposed to do that. GG, well played and peace out. As you guys can see, even if you play against someone that has Electro Dragon and Freeze and Tornado for your bats and Inferno Dragon, you keep up the opposite lane pressure, it's going to be no problem. All right, so jumping into this one, unfortunately, the dude goes in for a Hog Rider right as we Mega Knight and go in for the Skeleton Barrel. So he's going to get 1 Hog Rider hit on my tower, but at least not 2. Please don't activate King Tower with this Mega Knight. So often that happens. At least he goes in for a Zap as well, so then he probably doesn't have anything for the bats. Wait. He mirror zapped me right now. Guy's a wild child. All right, Omar, what else do you have up your sleeve? Inferno Dragon, Zap, mirror with a Hog Rider. So if I had to guess, I think this guy is also going to have Mega Knight, or he's going to have P.E.K.K.A. or something funky and clunky. So as long as he doesn't arrows on me. Nice. I spoke too soon. I got to go in for Wall Breakers to pull back the Inferno Dragon so it doesn't ruin me. And then I got to go for my own Inferno Dragon. Hey, wait, this is so good. No, he's going to mirror zap me. He's going to mirror zap on the Inferno Dragon. He's going to do it. He's just going to let the Inferno Dragon never catch up. The Inferno Dragon just wants to get enough damage, bro. Simple needs in life. You had to zap him so many times. All right, so Skeleton Barrel is going to get zapped by the mirror for sure. And then the Inferno Dragon might lock. I don't want to go for prediction arrows because I don't know what the heck he's going to drop. At least he doesn't have anything for the bats right now. I can guarantee you with like 20% certainty that the bats are going to flourish and finish off the dragon. What is going to happen? Where does the Inferno Dragon go when it disappears? We never see its body crumble down into the 8-bit ocean. I want to see that, man. I want a more exotic death animations out here. What do we do? Do I go for Wall Breakers and split them? I think that's probably a vibe. And this guy, you know, he's not going to have a good answer to that because he didn't defend it the first time. So obviously it's harder for him to stop that. I can go for a guard surround, or I can go in for a Mega Knight. I think going for a Mega Knight on the Mega Knight is simply better. And I waited the last possible second. So then we conserved elixir. So we didn't give him any opportunity to go for a Hog Rider on the other side. This is a weird matchup where we're running Mega Knight versus Mega Knight, but I think we have the superior Wink Edition. Oh, wait, what? Dude, I said Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. earlier. And he's like, yo, chick, I got them both. I was ready to cut to the end. I thought we finished him, but to be honest, like, this game is still far from over because he's got arrows as well. This is very scary for me. I'm going to wall breakers in the right-hand side so then I can start to do damage in that lane. We know he's going to arrows me, so I need to go for bats, and I need to make sure that the Inferno Dragon guarantees to finish off the Hog Rider here. I'm going to go Skeleton Barrel as well, and both the wall breakers connected, so... this is really scuffed because I still can't guarantee that I'm going to take out the tower, because he could just mirror zap this or zap this again. Oh my gosh, wait. Wait, I think we got it. I'm going to go for guards. He's going to Hog Rider, and I'll go in for Mega Knight. But he could mirror Hog Rider, too. I'm so weirded out by this game. Wait, with 18 seconds remaining, I thought he gave up. He did not give up, though. What is this? I can Goblin Drill on defense against the Hog Rider that's going to come through. He hasn't seen that yet. He thinks it's only on offensive card, but right now, we're going to stop the Hog Rider in its tracks. Let's go. The defensive versatility with the drill is showing its strength. And it is so darn good against people that have E-Giant as well, so you don't have to use your Inferno Dragon. You can rely heavily on the Goblin Drill. And then just use your other win conditions on offense against Electro Giant, like your Skeleton Barrel and your Wall Breakers. With 3 different win conditions, you'll always find a way to overwhelm opponents. All right, so jumping into this one. This guy's going to go for Wall Breakers. We can split our guards and probably kill them. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do any damage to me. Not today. And we Wall Breakers in the back, but this time I'm going to show you guys why our version is better of splitting the Wall Breakers in the far back, because it gives me more time to deal with what our opponent's doing. So we got a Skeleton Army and we got a log, whereas he only got like guards from me. So I spent 3 elixir, he spent 5. So I'll take that trade. Feels pretty good. And we're up damage too. I'm going to bats here. And you know, maybe we're playing against the exact deck that we kind of improved. He's running Miner. I'm running Goblin Drill. He's going for Skeleton Army. We got guards. Let's go. Okay, the only thing I dislike about this right now, he's going to collect a ton of souls for the Skeleton King. I think it's in my best interest to just eat some damage and then guarantee that I get better counter push than him. So I'm going to Mega Knight here, and we're going to be able to kill all of his junk and then keep our arrows, because the Inferno Dragon is going to be really, really hard for him to deal with. So I'm going to hold my arrows. Oh, that was such a good rocket. Wait, is the Skeleton Barrel and the Mega Knight just going to explode and kill the Skeleton Army? Wait, what? That was nutty. He said well played, but to be honest, dude, I didn't play that well. I just got lucky. That was awesome. I was as surprised as he was by that interaction. That worked out so well. Anyway, we know what his card cycle is, right? Like the best answer of Tornado is out of cycle to our bats. So I think I can go bats with a very skillful spam of the drill. And it's just obnoxious to not have an anti-air answer that's cheap to bats, because the bats are just going to flourish and wreck everything you have. And then I can Inferno Dragon before you can pop the Skeleton King ability, so the Skeleton King's just wasted. Yeah, it's a beautiful Skeleton King with a huge full stomach of an ability that you can just whip out at me any second, but you can't, man, because it's too strong. I guess Inferno Dragon is a broken card too, because your opponent misses it or messes up once, it has damage potential that can take a tower. So again, with a minute left over, this guy completely and utterly lost. That was an incredibly easy victory. I tried to 3-crown him, as you can see how much damage I got there, but he just didn't want to give up the game. He didn't want to let me get all the pastoral crowns. All right, let's get it. So you guys already know the deal. We're going to go and split Wall Breakers in the back and give our opponent time to respond. Meanwhile, we can go in for a Goblin Drill and mess him up. So he's going to go in for Archers to counter the Wall Breakers, and then the Goblin Drill is going to be able to tank for the Wall Breakers, so the Wall Breaker is going to connect to the tower. He's not ready. Oh, he has to go for Tornado and Giant Skeleton. That's so much elixir spent. And the best thing is, Tornado is out of cycle, so then he can't use that to go and activate King Tower against the Skeleton Barrel. So I'm super psyched for this one. I can go for guards off to the side to fully counter the Giant Skeleton. Do you want a Mega Knight in the back and slow roll, or would we rather go in for Inferno Dragon? I think Inferno Dragon is probably the play. If he decides to go for like Zappies or something, I can consider going in for a Mega Knight at the river, see what he decides to do. I think Mega Knight is not that bad of a decision, because the Giant Skeleton's out of cycle and his Tornado's out of cycle, so we can maybe get this on top of the tower. Oh no, he's gonna have Freeze and Bar Barrel. I thought for sure that would work out in our favor, but I can still arrow, and I can guarantee that I'm gonna be able to kill the Mega Minion with the Archers out of cycle. How is he gonna stop this? Yeah, he has to go in for another Tornado, which is not a good strategy for him. Every time that he does that, it's a negative trade. So I can go in for a Goblin Drill and then Skeleton Barrel off to the side and just keep up the onslaught of aggression. If he tombstones, then he won't have that for the wall breaker, so we're always trying to give him a bad card cycle. He went tombstone in front, trying to predict that we would go in for the goblin drill in front, and then he just got completely surrounded by skeletons and goblins at the same time. So he dropped a solid 6 elixir, I dropped 7, and I got 1,000 damage there with the Mega Minion counter pushing, which I can kind of ignore because it only gets 1 hit on my tower. So I'm pretty stoked for this one. Obviously, if I Mega Knight in the back and I build up a pretty big push, I'm just going to get Giant Skeleton. But it's okay if he goes Giant Skeleton on the other side since I have guards to shut it down for a +3 elixir advantage. If you want to do that as well, that's fine because guards are able to completely captivate your defense and offense. So don't think he's going to get much damage there. The guard's going to stay alive long enough and take 300 damage. Because he used freeze and he used graveyard, that was almost his entire elixir bank. So I'm just going to keep catapulting more stuff at him. And he won't be able to tornado the goblin that's behind the tower. And also tornado on top of the skeleton barrel. So that's why I decided to go for skeleton barrel at that exact moment, because I was like, it's probably a tornado that. That's what I would do if I was him. We can go guards on defense, or we can go for wall breakers. Wall breakers just seem a bit cheaper, so that's going to be my best bet here. And then I can Mega Knight afterwards, so it's going to be able to kill the archers, and it's going to be able to kill the rest of his shenanigans as well. So that's nice that everything's going to get away from that. Inferno Dragon doesn't even get hit by the bomb. If he goes in for a freeze, then he's in a really bad spot because he won't have elixir to deal with the rest of our spam that's coming at him, right? Like, if we have a Goblin Drill, Inferno Dragon, Mega Knight, Skeleton Barrel, you can't have elixir for the freeze. But even though Graveyard is difficult for us to defend against, it doesn't matter because I'm just overwhelming him with so much offense that he just never has the pleasure of going in for his full combo. So GG, well played and peace out. This is why I love this deck. You're always on offense and your opponent never has time to go in for their own. Hey, he's also pretty good too. He flexed the 20 win emote. So let's see where we are in the world after that win. Yeah, 7,900. Playing against good players every time. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.